All right, welcome to MCR Invention channel. I'm Maxwell David Jola. Last time we started to look at introduction to basic life coaching, and it was just a pre-section. We tried to introduce the 4 E's of life. Well, in this section, we want to continue. We will actually be looking at the outline. We'll consider what we need to cover, perhaps in this life coaching section, introduction to basic life coaching. So these are the outline we are going to cover. The MCR, features and focuses of life on the MCR. We are going to look at life coaching, client objective, basic life coaching, and then we're going to engage ourselves in certain exercise. The MCR is simply an invention of component, variables, elements, and items for the purpose of making sense of life, lifestyle, and all known human reality around us. That would do, for the definition of the MCR. I wouldn't want to spend time discussing the MCR. I already have a video or series of videos that actually look at what we mean by component, variables, elements, and items, and we equally look at what we mean by what it means to make sense. And we have made time to look at what lifestyle and all known human reality in that video. So I will ask you to get them. But however, I am going to leave certain information about what the MCR is in the description bar. You could go there and read. So, the features and focuses of life on the MCR. All features of life must be historical. That's it. Natural and common. We are referring to this. So, in this case, the following are the focuses we're going to consider. We're going to focus on entity, event, existence, and essential. We shall also consider the following feature of A to B. When by A to B, we mean this. We're going to consider A to D. We're going to consider the trend entity goes through, the trend event goes through, the trend essential goes through, the trend existence go through, and of course we're going to bring out the models and concept in each of A to D. A to D. Life coaching objective: to show, discuss, and experiment life models and concepts about life as found under MCR features and focuses of life, primarily to discuss the following trend. We're going to discuss what it takes to see, live, and then imparting life. We're going to discuss that. We're going to show when that trend is negative and when it is positive. So that is really what we're going to do. And perhaps we're going to begin to explain what it means for people not to see, not to live, not to actually impart their life. So that's really what is objective, what I hope to achieve, as a coach. Well, what do I expect you to gain now from these sections? Client to discover the usefulness of the MCR features and focuses of life in overcoming life challenges, emptiness, meaningless, and vanity. He will equally discover the impact of deficiency and sufficiency of maturity on people's worldviews and their supporting concept. I will explain this in a while, what I mean by concepts, and the worldview. Well, this is about our major thrust, basic life coaching. And we're going to be considering the following as forms of life coaching. We're going to be looking at maturity life investigation. We're going to be speculating, and then we're going to be taking time to analyze. And perhaps we're going to be offering maturity alert. We're going to alert people, especially about their maturity trend, from deficiency to self-sufficiency, or from self-sufficiency to deficiency, or from negativity to positivity, or positivity to negativity. These are the form of alert we hope to give, especially as that influence their worldview and the concept we could see they offer. So basic life coaching, we be centering on this outline, A to D. That's what we're going to center on. And of course, whichever one we use, we are going to be using this, 4 E's, to discuss what it means to investigate life, what it means to speculate, what it means to analyze, or what it means to offer an alert, to show maturity alert. Well, we're going to have exercise. We probably will read certain books, book project, and try to find out from those books what have been discussed about the 4 E's of lives. We're going to do the same thing with film. We watch films, recommended movies, actually off the channel, and then I'm going to come back here and discuss them. We're going to take some abstract from news, Holy Scripture, stories, and others, and look out for the 4 E's, investigate them, speculate about them, analyze them, and then we will probably be sharing personal experience. All of this we should do. So today's session, we want to look at maturity values in the 4 E's. Yeah, we believe in all the 4 E's, there are maturity value. You can find maturity value in the 4 E's. So let's start with entity. And we can always see maturity status in every entity you give us. Whatever represents an entity, you always find maturity status. That in itself is a maturity value. So if you have man, woman, boy or girl, it will always reflect that we're talking about entity. And of course, a man simply suggests someone that's more than a boy, so we're looking at maturity. A woman suggests someone that's more than a girl suggests somebody that's younger. So, when you have an entity, a city, you're looking at some form of development, urban center. A country, you're looking at some form of maturity. We know we're talking about entity, but we are particularly interested in a level of development or transformation. Development, transformation have been defined as maturity on the MCR. And of course, when we look at what we call source and normal entity, we are looking at the source entity, and then we'll be talking about a teacher or a student. The teacher is the source entity, the student is a normal entity. We'll look at a leader. A leader is a source entity, the follower is a normal entity. When you look at the trend like this, you'll probably be seeing maturity. The maturity could go like this. A follower could become a leader could become a follower. And then you have a trainer and a trainee. It could go like this: a trainer could become a trainee could become a what? A trainer. So we're looking at maturity value, in entity. Well, next section, we are just going to look at maturity value in the 4 entity, but this time around, we're looking at mind, person, and community in an entity. We want to look at the possibility of maturity in the mind, the person, and the community, trying to form an identity for an entity. Well, I want to give out a special offer. Later on in future, we are going to be using the MCR Investigation Pad. And ahead of that, we have discussed before now about how to use the MCR Investigation Pad. So I'll put up a video, a demonstration of MCR principles and practices of maturity investigation using the MCR Investigation Pad. And I just thought I should offer it out for you to go through it. It's going to help you to really understand the maturity trend, the model and concept we're going to be considering. And in this video, we're actually going to be using a stage play. We are going to be using the MCR Investigation Pad more like a concept, and then this stage play, we're going to use it as a word view. It's like for every word view you have around you, we have on the MCR certain concept that can explain it. And life coaching is all about that. So probably when we get to where we shall be using books, themes, news content, and the Holy Scripture, we will be needing the MCR Investigation Pad. So I thought ahead of that, I should release a video that will help us really to prepare ahead of that. Well, this stage play we shall be using is called Critical Moment. And well, I hope to be sending out the video, posting them on the MCR Invention channel. Here, I hope to be releasing them starting on Monday. So you can just check here and watch. Thank you.